Hello there friends, welcome back to my channel. In the last video I said about making tags with scraps, and well, let's just say I'm not going to win any speed crafting contest. Not that speed is critical, but when I'm doing a video for you I would like you to get something out of it, not waste your time. So I'm going to just crack into today's video to try and see if we can improve upon the last one and get more than one item made. So what I made last time was this tag here, if you can see that without the glare on it. So a couple of birdies all collaged on the back of this craft cardstock, which is just left over from a project. If you watched the last video you'll know the story behind that. So I've gone through and I made a couple more off camera that same day. So I made this one. It's got some lace on it and a butterfly, digital in the background, added some stamping. And this one, hopefully you can see that okay, with some fussy cut flowers and some liquid drops. So they're like liquid pearls, but they're just a cheaper version. So using a few different products. And then I thought, well, what if I just go through and do a whole lot of the base collage work, and here they are here. And then what I'm going to do today on camera is let's see how many of these I can get decorated without taking too much time. Obviously I also have to work on doing at the same time as talking, because I normally do one or the other, so now I've got to combine them, and it's a little bit of a challenge for this old introvert. So let's get going. I'll put these ones I've already done aside. I've set up around me all the things I hope I will need, because I also realized in the last video I didn't have enough options. I didn't have enough birds of the right size cut out. I didn't have any flowers cut out, things like that. So I've tried to remedy that. I've fussy cut some flowers and things in preparation for this. So how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I doubt I'll get all these done. I've been through, collaged them all. I've inked them already around the edges, and these ones I didn't back. I thought actually once they're collaged on the front they're stiff enough. So I've just left the backs plain on all of these, and some of them I've snipped the corners like this. Some I've rounded, so this rounded you probably can't see because it's really a small detail. It's got a little curve and a few curves in that, and I've got no plain corner rounding, so I'm just going to do a plain corner rounder on one of them just for fun. And there's a plain corner rounded. Just give that a bit more ink. So they're all ready just to do the decoration. I've got some new music paper to my side as well. I've got my numbers. In the last video I showed you my wee container with my stamped numbers in, and it was really annoying me because I'm into it all the time and it's really hard on my fingers. So I found this little body butter bottle that was empty, so I gave it a clean and transferred them to there. So much easier. Life doesn't have to be difficult. I needed an easier solution and I did. And here I am talking and not doing. So stop. Grab the first one and let's see what we want to do. This one's done with some map paper of Canada, which was given to me by a friend whose father moved and had to downsize, and he had these couple of bags full of vintage maps. So I was very, very grateful to get hold of those. I might go for a flower. So here's all my pre-prepared fussy cut flowers. No blue sinks in too much. That one's got a wee birdie on as well. That's a possibility. Blue and yellow always go quite nice together. Yeah, I like that. So I'll go with that. And can you see that illustration? This is a watercolour illustration that was on the back of that Canada map. and I would love to scan it and use it in a digital, but it's a National Geographic map, and I think that copyright would be an issue. So I've got to use it before I'm tempted to scan it, because I don't want to do anything I shouldn't. So maybe we can do something like that. And I think using it on a tag where we've got the map that it came from is cute. Something no one else will know apart from me and you guys. But I think that's quite nice. And maybe a word at the top. Ooh, it's hard choosing words. I need more word stamps. I feel like I haven't got many options, which is a little frustrating sometimes. And my alphabet stamps are too big for most things. Brave, is brave the right word? Journey, since it's a map. Go with the journey. Let's go with the journey. So I'm just going to leave the lid off that, save a bit of time in the future. And maybe we need something behind that to make it stand out a little bit. I've got some matte paper handy. Where did I put it? Ah, here it is. No, that's going to blend in too much, isn't it? Or maybe a bit of the sea. Part of the sea would work. So here I am creating more scraps. So that's what I love about collage. It's layers upon layers upon layers, and I guess there is such a thing as too many layers. But I think, yeah, you've got to do quite a lot of layers to reach that point. All right, I'm just going to pop these to the side so I can bring my glue book over. This is more of the music from the old hymnal from 1912. Just love it so much. And the book was already falling apart, so I don't feel guilty about tearing it up. And I do actually have a second one that's in better condition, so when I run out of this one, we'll see whether I start ripping up the other one or not, or maybe I'll be able to find another copy. I found both copies at the same shop quite a long time apart, so it's possible there'll be more. But yeah, it's hard to rip up old books. You know, 1912, that's what, 110 years old? I mean, that's old. For New Zealand, that is old. It's probably not that old in some European countries, but for New Zealand, that's getting up there. And I love vintage things, love old things, things with character. And to be honest, the more tatty and loved and marked and worn it is, the more I enjoy it, because it speaks to the people that have been before. It speaks of the history of the object and what it's been through. And you know, we don't know what it's been through or anything, but it was part of someone's life, or probably more than one person's life, quite likely. And there's just something about it that just I love, and my husband loves things like that too. Hi honey, if you're watching this one. He's at work at the moment, so he won't be watching it when I post it, but he might watch it later. Got a very supportive husband, which I'm thoroughly thankful for. It's a great blessing to me that I get to be at home doing what I love doing. So already I think this is going a lot faster than what the last video did. So hopefully this will be a bit more enjoyable for you all. Whoops, I think I stuck that upside down, but it doesn't matter. I can only tell because there's a tiny little 60 degrees at the top, which is upside down. I don't actually mind sticking things upside down. I think it takes the focus off trying to read what it says in the background. And it just becomes more background interest, which I quite like. Here we go, Journey. I think that's quite appropriate with the matte background. And look, we've already done one. Yay! Let's not stop though, on to the next one. Ooh, so what do we want here? I've got these little collage clusters that I've done on the back of receipts. I'll do a video on these soon. So much fun to do. I'm saving that one for something else. That could work. Not sure I'm totally sold on it. Yeah, I want the horsey. I love horses. It's not hard for me to choose a horse when doing this, because I am a horse mad woman. I love them. I did have my own horse at one point, but she'd been injured on a farm, and the vet had her. They'd had her for a number of years, and I was friends with them, and they said, well, I could have her. So I took her on and had her for 18 months, 2 years maybe, and she just did not want to be ridden, and she was also an ex-pacer, so her rhythm wasn't that great for riding either. And sadly I gave her back, because I'm not an experienced horsewoman by any stretch. I did grow up with a friend riding at her farm, but you know, that was just on weekends or holidays. So this horse, her name was Angel. She wasn't really an angel, but she was my angel. She was beautiful. So I gave her back because she wasn't suitable for my level of riding ability, which was practically nil, let's say. But yes, I like that. And these numbers in the back here, I got given a whole stack of, I guess like bingo or lottery tickets, stubs, or whatever they are. I'm not entirely sure, but I've got a whole heap, and they're all in different colours, so I think that adds a bit of interest. I'm just going to go central with that. Do I want anything behind it? I got talking again, didn't I? And wasn't doing anything. Oh, my tummy is growling. That's the post-lunch growl, that one. Hopefully you didn't hear it. Does that look okay? I'm just going to tear a bit of that out because I don't want to. I'm quite thrifty. I don't see him putting good usable paper hidden underneath if I don't have to. So tear that bit out, and then I'm not wasting that bit. Yeah, let's put that down. Not sure if I want anything else on this yet. We've got a word already, maybe a label at the top, possibly. Oops, that's about there, give or take. Now, do I want to ink around that? I think I do. Just to give it a bit of framing, because it is squared off. And I haven't got enough room around the edge to tear it very well to give it a rough edge, so I'm just going to frame it out with the ink. Oh, more crumbs. Yep, that'll do it. Sorry again for my arm across the video. It's just the natural way I work to this side. Right-handed, gluing on the left. and I just find it very hard to try and change that. Right, better get that lined up there. There we go. And the receipt paper glues down really nicely, which is cool. Right, isn't that a cute horse with its sheepskin noseband? Right, now a label. We'll try a label. I'm not sure if it... I just feel like maybe something up here. We've got a word there, so maybe not one with a word on it. Maybe just a decorative one. Wasn't sold on that one. Do we want a butterfly with a horse? It's better. It is better. I do like it better. Or this one. No, don't like that one there. These labels are from Shabbycottagestudio. Yay, I actually got it right this time, saying who it was from. No, don't like that one. No, too big. So that's the best one so far. What have I got in the back? It might, maybe one of these plain ones. What colour? A blue one. And these are from graphicalnews.com. These coloured ones, these ones. They come in a few different colours on the one sheet. Kind of like that, but I just want to check out a black one. Actually, it's a dark blue, I think. I can't actually tell. That one or that one? Tell me which one. Which one do you prefer? I think that one sort of melts in a bit more, which I quite like, because it's not the focal point. Our horsey is the focal point, so I think I like the one that disappears a little bit more. Right, so I'll put that on. I will give it an edge, even though I want it to disappear a bit, just so it matches in with the rest. So I'm just giving it a light edge. So I hope you're all warm wherever you are. We had another good frost here this morning, but it's again turned into a beautiful day, although it's still really cold inside. My husband and I have an old house. It was built in 1920, so it's 102 years old, and next to no insulation, no double glazing. So it's really, really cold house. So even if it warms up outside, it takes a few days before it warms up inside. So yes, the fire is going, trying to keep me warm. Here we go, done. We've done 2. Yay! Moving on, let's do another one. This one's more in purple colour. Right, perhaps we'll do a birdie one again. Oops, I've buried my bag of birdies under everything else. I've only got a small desk, so it's quite a challenge to work on at times when you've got to have so many supplies out. So I do know there are parts of the world that are experiencing heat waves at the moment, so wherever you are, I hope you're not too hot either. I don't function well if I'm too cold or if I'm too hot. It's probably the same for most people. Where's some of the new birdies I've cut out? Some of the new birdies I have been fussy cutting are quite colourful, but they don't really go with the purple. So we will need a less colourful option. These are from the Australian Field Guide of Birds. Feeling like they're getting a bit lost. No, I don't think this is the right one for birds. I'll just put those to the side. Let's go back to these clusters and see if something will fit better. That one's quite nice. Let's see that one. This is a longer receipt that I've done collage 2 on. Don't think I'm going to be able to tear down that side. So let's just chop it. It is a bit wide. I mean, I can cut down into the collage like this. Sorry, I'm holding it to me, so I hope you can see what I'm doing when I hold it up to so I can see it. Hope you can still see it. I feel like it covers too much. This one's quite cute, but not really the right colours. Got another horsey here. I think I've got 2 more horses here, but I don't want to do another horsey just yet. What about this one? This is just a cluster with a word. What would I put with it? Flower. All the rest of those are the wrong colour. What else have we got? Needs to be something fairly big, I think. I've also got these. These could work. These are stamped images on a neutral collage background, which I've done, and I can do a video on these too if you're interested. But we've got a beetle. Is a beetle generous? Kind of doesn't fit that well, does it? Stamped rose. Yeah, no, I'm not liking the colours really. Butterfly. You know, I'm thinking maybe a butterfly would work, but I haven't got any fussy cut out. I would have to do that, and that would slow things down a little. The butterfly's the wrong colour. This is a metal butterfly. No. No. I'm looking for colours really. See what will. There's a Tim Holtz paper doll. Paper dolls. Don't really work with word. I think that's my problem. Just trying to get it to work with the word. This is from the same kit as these, which is Artzology, but I printed them in the regular size, which is that size, and I printed them 2 pages per page, and they turn out about that size. Just a way to get more out of your digitals, just put them in different sizes. No, okay, I don't think any of those are going to work. So maybe this one. Nope. Okay, let's go to my butterflies, and the butterflies are a digital from a group on Facebook. So they're not, where are they? Oh, that's right, I took them out of here. They're normally in there. So we've got white, blue, pink, or orange and yellow. I think a white one if it's going to be a butterfly. So I can't share these because they were in a group and given for the use of the group members. And I'm going to have to put you on pause because our oldest cat wants out. So I need to stand up so I can pause you, and I'll be back in a sec. Well, I'm back, And while I was away, excuse me, oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. And I just hit you with my head, I think. It was quite fortuitous, that break, because I fussy cut the butterfly while you were on pause, just so you weren't watching me fussy cut round a butterfly. Yep, I think that's going to work nicely. And maybe I'll centre it. What do you think? Do we like it centred? Or to the side? I think I actually like it to the side. Yep, going to the side. Yep, so the oldest cat's gone out, Puss. And our second youngest has come inside. Snuggles. And I've left the door open now. Keep it closed because it is such a cold house. It just helps it warm up a bit better. And already I can feel the draft from having opened the door. But at least they can come and go as they please. There's a cat door in the outer door, in the back door. But this is the kitchen door I keep closed. Which means they can come into the back hallway. And that's as far as they can come if I keep the kitchen door closed. Yeah, I said it sticks nicely, but this one's not wanting to stick very nicely. Come on. Maybe it's because it's on top of painted paper. This is a jelly print paper underneath. Oh well, I'll see how that goes. I can always go in with my tacky glue. So if you're curious about the glues I use, my favourite glue stick is Amos. I find it works really well generally. I have got another one on my desk at the moment, a different brand, and I really don't like it. It's all sticky and goopy and just gross. But I'm trying to use it up on things that don't matter so much. Like I wouldn't use it on a top thing where it's going to leave lumps and bumps and gross stuff. Oops, we don't want to clip off your wing there, butterfly. There you go, I'm going to stick him there. And I think we probably will go for a label on this one as well. Don't have to put labels on everything. In fact, I never used to. But having purchased some kits recently and using them, I just really love using labels. A little bit up. There we go. Yep, like that. Sinks a little bit into the background, but I still like the effect of that. Actually, a stamped number might be good on this. I did some more stamping of numbers as well. Oops, a few distress ink crumbs. I wonder if I use it with a label. Here's the split or dark blue. Still can't tell. No, I feel like that's too much. Too much. Maybe I just need a bigger number. Bigger number and off to the side. So perhaps not that one. Going to have to trim some off for the corner, for the tag shape, but actually I quite like that, so let's go with that. And I'll trim a bit, so I might tear that end. And this is on some book page. Really nice texture to it, sort of almost fuzzy. You sort of disappearing off the side a bit. And with these ones, if you watched the last video, you know I wrapped the edges around and glued them on the back. But because I haven't backed these ones, I haven't done that. Oh, I didn't even cut into the one. I was actually aiming to cut into the one, but didn't, so that's all right. Just ink up those raw edges. And look, we've done 3. I don't know how we're getting on for time. How long have I been doing this? Maybe we'll do one more. Which one shall we do? Do this one. One more and then we'll call it for the day, because I have no idea how long I've been here doing this. But definitely I feel like I've achieved more in this video than the last one. We want flowers. I'm tending to go for the flowers a lot, aren't I? I'll grab my birds. Oops. Hang on. I just popped them loose behind me, so it was a bit difficult to grab them without them all sliding off onto the floor. Actually, I quite like that one. This has got a few little bits I need to cut out. So I'll just grab my scissors, put these aside. So all these little bits where the claws and the beak are don't get all bent or torn off while they're being handled. That's why I've got to cut these little bits out, and also the bits in between in the background. So this bird's got a tongue. I wonder, it's a very fine tongue. Can I save the tongue? These are friar birds, I think, from memory. So yeah, the good thing about cutting up books like this is you actually get to learn some things. I never knew what a friar bird looked like. I'd heard of them. I didn't know they were in Australia. I don't even know how I heard of them, but I had heard of them. But now, at least this particular species of friar bird, or breed of whatever you call them, friar bird, at least I know what they look like now. They're not the prettiest of bird. They've got this funny little bit on top of their beaks, but it just makes them interesting, doesn't it? Not all birds have to be pretty. As humans, we tend to be quite judgmental about something based on the look of it, particularly so with people. You look at somebody and judge them based on how they look, and it's really not an attractive trait, but it seems to be built into us as humans. So we look at these birds and think, oh, they're not very nice. Poor birds are probably perfectly respectable. This could be a bit tricky. There's actually a bit of a branch in there, so I don't need that bit of branch, so I can cut that out. For a minute there I thought it was part of its leg, but it's not. It's a branch or a stick, twig. The challenging part about this particular field guide is there's lots of elements in the background. Twigs, branches, leaves, rocks, posts, and sometimes it's hard to know what to cut and what to leave, because some of those elements are needed to make sense of the bird's poses and some of them extraneous, so it takes a bit of thought. The South African one I find from memory, because it's a while since I've even seen it. One day I'll locate it. It's here somewhere. But from memory, the South African one doesn't have so many elements that you have to try and work around. It's a bit cleaner. Still got elements to, you know, like a bird sitting on a twig or something, but they don't overlap each other, whereas this book does. So some of these birds from this page, like these birds are on top of the elements, but some of the other birds have those elements continuing on and running over top of them, which is a little annoying, I must admit. Oops, there's another bit of branch. We don't need you either. But see, if I cut this branch off, then like what's the bird standing on? So just takes a little bit of thought over what you should leave in the fussy cut to make sense of the image. Oops, that's a bit messy. Might go in there with the scissors, get that little bit. Sorry, I know this is taking a bit of time. Probably not the most interesting part to watch. But there we go. Yep, I like that. Just going to give it some ink and think about what else I might want to add. So I've also got my stamps here, my postage stamps. Haven't used any of those yet. Maybe this one needs a stamp. Just because we can, and we haven't used one yet. I really do need to switch out that sponge so I'm not rushing crumbs everywhere. Right, so this is my box of stamps. I need to go through these too because there's a lot of stamps here I don't actually want to use in my crafting because I don't have them in my stamp album, but they've kind of all just landed here. We've got pinks and got something a bit more neutrally. Bangladesh. Let's try one of those. I don't have these in my album, but there's 3 of them here, so that's alright. And these are still on their paper, the envelope that they were torn from, which I quite like because you get bits of the postmark if they're postmarked. I find so many these days are not postmarked, and I find that very disappointing because it's part of the fun of having a stamp. Well, I think it is. Yeah, I like the neutral of that. I'm just trying to decide where to put it. Maybe down the bottom. And do we have a neutral word? Neutral coloured word, I mean. Got brown paper. Sorry, I've gone quiet again. Busy thinking. Friend. That's quite nice. Don't mind that. Free. Feels like it's a bit small. Listen. No. Not floating my boat. That's okay-ish. This is a stamp on eco-dried scrap. Not fussed on that either. Oh, let me find something. Don't want to take too much time. Whoops, grabbed out. Yeah, I don't mind that. I just feel like it needs something else under it. So what would we like under it? Thinking. music paper. No, I feel like that's too much. Maybe it needs inking, maybe that's the problem. Give that a go, see? I seem to have come to a bit of a grind here, haven't I? I'm just going to put it down. Just putting it down. I can always add something else later. And of course I've still left the option for the topper as to whether I do a hole with something looped through it, or whether I do a paper or a fabric tag or some lace or something. So that might be the thing that just finishes it off. So just get this one glued down, and then we'll call this a video, I think. Hopefully you've stuck with me and not been bored or frustrated. Oops, I just tore it. My glue page is getting too gluey. It's the problem with this hymnal paper, it's so thin. Doesn't take a lot for it to rip. But I got it off, so that's okay. It'll glue down, nobody will know. Alright, birdies. And I'll change out my glue page because I don't want to rip the birds. Oops, and I just did, with a big glue goober, got caught underneath. Ah, the trials of glue sticks. They were wonderful, fabulous things, but yeah, when you gouge out your glue stick, it's, yep, there's another big lump. It's not that much fun. Oops, it's still a big, yeah, I'll have to give it a wipe with a wet wipe, I think. Get rid of that goober. Oh, now it's sticking to my fingers. It's definitely time I called this a day. Come on, play nice. Be good birdies. Oops, and I see a bit of claw I didn't cut out. Oh well, that's right. It's only a tiny wee bit. And stamp. Try and clean up these glue goobers. And now, because of all that, my nice clean glue page is already a mess. Oops, I meant to glue that under. Can we lift that up? Yep. Lift that up a little bit. Slide it under. I might have to go in here and use a different glue because this bottom section is wallpaper and the glue stick might not hold it so well on that. So I might just go in with tacky glue if it starts lifting. Right, there we go. I'm going to call that one done for now. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll join me again for the next one. It was a pleasure talking to you. Bye for now.